Alright, so this video is going to be showing you how to make a multiple line graph in order to plot data for a scientific experiment. In this case, it's going to be for the Vanishing Resources Lab, where we monitored how different renewable and non-renewable resources were used over time. Now, this can also be a video for making a multiple line graph for other experiments that require a multiple line graph, but this one's just going to be taking a look at the data for the Vanishing Resources Lab. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we want to make sure we have all of our supplies. So we have our data table that we collected earlier on for the experiment. We have our piece of graph paper. For this, since there's going to be multiple lines, we need 3 different colored pencils because we have 3 different lines that we're going to be making. Okay, I'm going to be using black in order to plot our fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas. I'm going to be using brown for our renewable resources 1, which are going to be things like wood, and then I'm going to be using orange for our for our non-renewables number 2, which is going to be like our solar energy. Now, it doesn't really matter which colors you use as long as at the end you use a key. You also need to make sure to have a ruler so that we have nice straight edges, so that way our data is more accurate. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to make my X and my Y axis. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm going to line it up on a line on my graph paper. I like to put my pencil tip down first. I line up the ruler, then I draw my line. Okay, so give me my first one, put an arrow at the end, and I'm going to label that as my X. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here on the Y. So again, I'm going to make my Y, put the pencil tip down first, and then draw that Y axis. Go ahead and label it. Now, more often than not, whenever you're graphing something over time, it's going to be a line graph. So that's why we're making a multiple line graph down here on my X-axis. Okay, I'm going to put time. Time almost always goes onto the X-axis. Okay, if we look here, we have years. Okay, so I'm going to put time in parentheses. I'm going to write years, which is going to act as our unit here. Okay, and then over on the left-hand side, okay, I'm going to put our amount of resources, because here we're going to be having the resource of fossil fuels, renewable energy 1, and renewable energy number 2. Okay, so over here on the left, I'm going to write I'm going to write number of resources. Okay, now that we've got our axes labeled, then I need to make scales for both. Okay, the one that's going to be more difficult is going to be this one over on the left hand side, our y-axis. Okay, for that one, we'll notice that the highest number I need to get up to is 87. What you need to do is you need to count off how many blocks you have, and you need to come up with what would be a good scale. What you can't do is you can't just go up by 1 to 4 to 6 to 26. Okay, but you also can't just go up by 1, because then you're not going to get up to 90. Okay, we're going to start down here with 0 because we do have that value of 0. So what we're going to do is, I have a feeling that going up by 5s will be enough. Okay, now this is why it's important to use pencil here. Okay, because you might want to erase or start over. Okay, so I'm going to make this first box 5, then I'm going to go to 10, 15. Okay, I'm going to keep going up. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Oopsies, almost skipped one. 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, which means just above this is going to be 87. So made that plan out pretty well. Okay, and then down here, okay, since I'm starting my years at the year 1800, I'm just going to make a little squiggle mark here. Okay, that's just going to show that I'm like scrunching in a bunch of years right there, because we're not starting at year 0. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my first dash right here. I'm going to write 1800. Okay, so it's nice to make these little dashes, so that's going to show us exactly where we're going to plot the data for 1800. Then I'm going to skip a few spaces. I'm going to skip 3 here because we want to make sure that our graph is taking up a bunch of, or the most amount of space in our table or in our graphing space. So we have 1800. The next one is going to be 1825. So I've got 1825. Then skip another 3. Keep it nice and even. We're going to have 1850. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 1875. So next year, 1900. Skip 3. It's going to be 1925. Skip 3. 1950. Skip 3. 1975. Skip 3. 2000. Skip 3. 2025. Now again, that one worked out well, but if it doesn't, then sometimes you need to erase and start that over again. Now it's time to start plotting our data. So I'm going to start off with one row of our data. I'm going to start off with plotting our fossil fuels. So I'm going to go to the year 1800. Okay, in 1800 we only collected 1, okay, which is, you're going to see there's not a 1 on my y-axis, but if there was, it would be somewhere down here. So I go 1800 and I go 1. I'm going to make my first point right down there, very close but not on the x-axis. Then I'm going to go to 1825. Okay, that's going to be 1825 and 4, which is going to be right below that first line. So I put a dot right under it. Okay, then I go 1850. That's going to be 6. That's going to be right above it. Okay, and you're going to follow this process over and over and over again in order to plot all the data. Once you have your points plotted for one row of data, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to connect the dots. So sometimes you want to do a line that's more so curved. Here, I'm actually going to use a ruler to connect my dots for this particular experiment. Since it is showing it over time, I think it's just going to work a little bit better for this data. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go about, notice that I put my pencil point down first, okay, and then I draw the line. Okay, making your line with a straight edge is going to help to make your data more accurate. Now notice that here, I want to make sure that I'm going from left to right when I'm going over time. My line, if I were to draw an imaginary line straight up on my graph, it should never hit more than 1 point. Now, if I go here, I'm just going to go ahead and connect all my dots. Okay. Okay, and that's going to be my line for my first row of data. Now, this is already drawn in black. I'm just gonna make it a little bit darker because again, I said that I was going to use black in order to represent my fossil fuels, because a lot of fossil fuels are going to be black in color, such as coal or petroleum. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just go over those lines. Okay, again, using my ruler, so that way things are nice and neat. And now that line for fossil fuels is all done. But what I'm gonna do is in the top right-hand corner of my graph, I'm gonna put my key. Okay, so in my key, I need to show what the different colors represent. So in my key, the first color is gonna be black, okay, and that's gonna represent fossil fuels. Okay, and for that, I'm gonna use my black colored pencil right next to it and just do a little scribble right there. Okay, I'm gonna put my key in a box so that way it's a little bit separated. Okay, and now you're gonna go about plotting the data and making the lines for renewable energy number 1 and renewable energy number 2. Alrighty, now you're gonna see here, as I skip ahead, okay, I've got now 3 rows of data plotted, okay, for fossil fuels, renewable energy number 1 or renewable energy number 2, okay. I've got 3 different colored lines. I added in the title. The title for your graph should somehow represent what is being graphed. I've got a full key showing what each color is representing, okay, and this is going to overall show your data or represent the data that you collected in the experiment using a triple line graph. Now, your data might be slightly different, so you might have to adjust your scales a little bit in order to make this work for you. But overall, this is going to give you an idea as to how to represent your data.